Shifting our focus, the Battle of Pokrovsk, the strategic logistics hub in eastern Ukraine, is intensifying. Russia threatens to breach Ukrainian defense lines. The move to pressure on Ukraine to give up land comes as the U.S. and Russian presidents prepare to meet on Friday. There are fears in Kiev and concerns in European capitals that Putin and Trump could strike out a deal which would put Ukraine at a disadvantage. Here's our next report, gives you the details.
Explosions tear through the front lines. Fire rises over shattered cities. Russia and Ukraine locked in a grinding war, now stretching into another bloody season. Russia is making a new thrust into eastern Ukraine near the mining town of Dobropilya, a move aimed to increase the pressure on Ukraine to cede land. The fight for control over strategic Donetsk is heating up. Ukraine says there have been 137 clashes in the front lines in the last 24 hours. Russia's unrelenting multi-pronged assault has pounded Sumy, Kharkiv, Donetsk. Its drones and missiles are destroying Ukraine's long-range drone assembly and foreign mercenaries. But Ukraine is not holding back. It is striking deep inside Russia, only to disrupt key supply chains and production hubs. Ukraine is increasingly targeting Russian oil refineries. On the front line, Ukrainian troops are bracing for what could be the war's most intense phase yet.
The
war will continue. I don't agree with that. This is my opinion. I don't agree. To just give away. How many people died? You understand how many people died? Just to give away. Give away to whom? Give away for what?
As Russian troops continue to breach front lines which have been frozen for months, there are fears that things would become more difficult in coming days.
Putin is counting on and what he is actually preparing for. In particular, this includes military preparations. He's definitely not preparing for a ceasefire or an end to the war. Putin is determined to present the meeting with the America as his personal victory and then continue to act as before, to put pressure on Ukraine as before.
Europe is weighing in ahead of Trump-Putin talks on Friday. It says Ukraine should have freedom to decide its future. European leaders and Zelensky are planning to speak with Trump ahead of the summit, this amid fear of Washington dictating unfavorable peace terms to Kyiv.
That is to say, Ukraine cannot lose this war, and no one has the right to put pressure on Ukraine when it comes to territorial concessions or other decisions that would smell of capitulation.
But Trump is clear in his position. He says any peace deal will involve some swapping of territories to the betterment of both.
I'm going to meet with him. We're going to see what the parameters are. I'm then going to call up President Zelensky and the European leaders right after the meeting, yeah. And I'm going to tell them what kind of a deal. I'm not going to make a deal. It's not up to me to make a deal. At the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made. Because that's what I do. I make deals.
As the world watches closely, the prospect of Trump hosting Putin on U.S. soil for the first U.S.-Russia summit since 2021 has revived fears that he might put narrow U.S. interests ahead of the security of European allies or broader geopolitics. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.